Hello, do you know BTS? Hey Army, I am back with a vengeance because my BTS obsession has only gotten stronger. So we're doing 5 more BTS DIY projects, Cricut edition. Let's get it. Welcome to the BTS Center, the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing and crafts fun and approachable for everyone. So join me and subscribe because we're going to be getting into some serious BTS crafting here. Recently, I got a Cricut Maker. I love it. And I've been just really getting all these ideas for BTS projects. In fact, I have like dozens more still in my head that I'd also like to make, but I wanted to do a lot with the Cricut Maker in this episode. So I have made quite a few different projects, BTS inspired, and also a disclaimer. Obviously, there are certainly going to be some trademark copyright issues here. Make these at your own risk, and I would not recommend you try to sell these items. I am going to be linking some of the stuff I used below in the description box. You can also watch some of the previous videos I've done on BTS DIY projects. So this first item is what I'm wearing, and if y'all are a true BTS army, you will get the reference. Hint, J-Hope. And I made this project because I bought this pack of t-shirts from Old Navy. These are really comfy, by the way. It's like the everyday wear shirt or something. I also really like V-neck shirts. Crew necks just make me really claustrophobic. And this one had a bit of a defect in the fabric right around this spot. So I wanted to cover up that section, and I thought doing an HTV, heat transfer vinyl design, would be perfect. And I've actually been wanting to do something with this phrase for a while. So I'm going to show you how I made this. While I know Cricut Design Space isn't perfect, I do like that the subscription comes with a lot of different fonts. I selected one that resembles handwriting for this verbiage. If you don't know what it means, you're probably not hardcore army. Because I'm working with heat transfer vinyl, the design will need to be reversed, so don't forget to mirror the design. Material is set to everyday iron-on. I used a scrap piece of white Cricut brand HTV, the fine point blade, and a newer green standard grip mat. This weeding tool came in the basic Cricut set, and I do use it a lot with vinyl. Lift the excess vinyl carefully so you don't accidentally pull up parts of the letters with it. You'll be pressing the iron-on with the shiny side up of the plastic carrier sheet. So how do I place the design on the t-shirt without it getting crooked? By folding the bottom hem in half, find the center point and mark it with tailor's chalk. Using the V-neck as a guide, mark that center line with a ruler. Then place the ruler right at the underarm seams and use those points to mark a horizontal line. Clearly I need to cover up this flaw in the knit fabric, so I strategically place the vinyl over that section. Cricut recommends heating the material for a few seconds. Fold the transfer in half to find the center point, then match that up with the t-shirt markings. I was initially on the fence about the Cricut EasyPress2, but now that I've owned it for a few months, I do find it very useful. The plate provides an even heat source and it's easy to operate. After pressing for 30 seconds on all sections, flip over the shirt and heat the back for 15 seconds. Once it's cooled down a bit, gently peel off the carrier sheet. And now whenever you wear this shirt, you'll always think of Bon Voyage Season 1. And side note, I've looked up the official BTS merch on Weavers and it is so expensive. So I completely understand we can't spend endless amounts of money on merchandise. This is my way of kind of doing it on the cheap. This is a zippered pouch. It's very versatile. You can use this for little supplies in your purse or makeup, anything. I've made a lot of zippered pouches here on the channel. So you can either sew your own or you can buy a pack. This was like a pack of 16. Per pouch, they ended up being pretty cheap. Now, I do recommend you pre-wash any item that you're going to be doing heat transfer vinyl on or anything like that. If you're going to be washing it in the future, pre-wash it now. So this is black cotton canvas, and I got this iron-on glitter from Michael's a really long time ago, and I finally found a good use for it. This SVG design I did buy off someone from Etsy. One thing I do like about Cricut Design Space is that you can take random images and you can input it, and it will kind of turn it into the right format. So you could do that pretty much, and I'll show you later how I did it with another BTS iconic design. So let's get into the zipper pouch. For this project, I tried out a different type of glitter iron-on that doesn't have a carrier sheet. It's thicker than HTV, and I did not have to mirror the design because I cut the material face up. I used the bonded fabric blade on the bonded fabric cut setting with more pressure. And this is a pre-washed canvas zipper pouch. I folded the pouch in half to give me a center point to work off of. To place the design, I did my best to eyeball the elements so they looked good enough to me. To protect the surface, I placed a Teflon sheet in between my iron and the material. The iron was on the wool setting, and for this iron-on, it required about 30 seconds of heat. And be careful to lift and press the iron to avoid things shifting around. And bam, we're done, and now you have a glittery BTS zipper bag. Alright, I got this plain mug from the dollar store, so it's literally $1. And then I wanted to try out this holographic premium vinyl that I got on sale from Cricut. By the way, Cricut.com has some really massive sales, although I've also heard from other people that they always use the off-brand stuff from Amazon or from places like Vinyl Expressions. And I'm now a Vinyl Expressions affiliate, so I will link it down below to the website. I'm going to try it out because I've heard really good things about their products, but I did use this holographic vinyl, which is super cool. I love how it looks and how it kind of changes colors in the light. And I used the same BTS design from the zipper pouch to make this a really fun and BTS-ized coffee mug. We're starting off with a blank canvas here. You can use all sorts of drinkware or other items with a hard surface. I brought the BTS logo into Cricut Design Space and sized it to fit on the coffee mug to be about 2 3/4 of an inch tall. That was quick. Now on to cutting the vinyl. The material is set to premium vinyl holographic. I got a few rolls on sale and the colors are beautiful. We're doing the fine point blade, the green standard grip mat with the default pressure setting. I didn't experience any issues with the cut itself. And as always, weed out the vinyl you don't need. Update, I'm now using regular Con-Tact paper instead of Cricut transfer tape, and things are going much better. You still need to apply a good amount of pressure to the vinyl to get it to lift off that backing. I forgot to do this, but clean off the surface with rubbing alcohol before applying the vinyl design. Gently peel off the Con-Tact paper from corner to corner. The holographic vinyl was the perfect choice. It doesn't have that homemade look, and it's something I would proudly display around my house. This is actually one of my current favorite DIY projects to gift to other people. I get these notebooks from Moo.com. They're really like luxe and premium feeling, and they come in either the dot grid, so perfect for bullet journaling, or they come in lined versions. They are hardbound with a real book cloth, and you can use heat transfer vinyl on them. And I've done all kinds of stuff with it. I did a monogram. In a previous video, I also did a sorority themed version. So I took the Love Yourself design from BTS. I inputted it into Adobe Illustrator and I kind of thickened the lines, and then I made an SVG out of it to customize this really cool notebook. And then on the inside, I also used more vinyl and did a BTS inside cover. So this is perfect for the true BTS army. You can keep it for yourself or you can gift it. There's so much you can do with these notebooks. You can use faux leather, real leather, paper notebooks. I would just, if you're gonna use something that doesn't stand up to heat, you might wanna try vinyl instead of the HTV, but anything that can withstand the heat, you can use the HTV on, and it worked really well. I've done this quite a few times, and it's one of my just current go-to projects. This one is fun, and I like that it's a more subtle nod to your BTS fandom. We're taking the Love Yourself answer cover art and making it into a custom notebook. The only problem is that the original design is very thin, and I had to take it into Adobe Illustrator in order to thicken those lines. You can see I'm doing this with the offset path option. I tested out a few widths until I settled on one I liked. Then I saved it as an SVG file and imported it into Cricut Design Space. For heat transfer vinyl, don't forget to mirror the image because you're cutting the material face down. The HTV is glitter iron-on, which there is a specific cut setting for. Here it is being cut out with the regular fine point blade. After weeding out the excess vinyl, lay out the design with the clear carrier sheet on top. To prep the notebook, heat up the surface with the Cricut EasyPress at a temperature around 280 degrees Fahrenheit for about 5 to 10 seconds. To protect the cover, I placed a Teflon sheet between it and the heat press. I placed the design toward the upper right corner, so it sort of looks like the end of the lines go off the edge of the notebook. Lay the Teflon sheet over it again and press with heat for at least 30 seconds. Let the vinyl cool down for a few minutes and gently peel off the carrier sheet from one corner to the other. I was a little surprised by how green this glitter HTV looks on the black background, so keep that in mind if you're working with a white sheet like I did. Regardless, it still looks awesome. One thing that the Cricut does extremely well is cards and paper crafts, so when BTS was nominated for their first Grammy for actual music, I wanted to do something that was kind of taken from a meme involving Suga, which is what Yoongi wants, Yoongi gets. I thought I would kind of make it into just a fun card. I've been keeping it here on the Sewing Report set, so you may have seen it in the backdrop. This was a cool project just to kind of test out different materials, and I tried out this glitter cardstock for the first time. This, I will say, it was a little tricky to cut, but I managed to figure it out, so let's get into that project. I designed this card in Cricut Design Space using elements included in the subscription and also a Grammy image I found online. This took me a while to figure out, but I had to select and attach all of the elements to cut as the first piece of the card. And there are slots to insert a background sheet. The main piece is purple glitter cardstock, which has its own cut setting. I used the fine point blade and purple strong grip cutting mat. Even still, it was rather finicky, and I made multiple attempts to get a clean-ish cut. Not my favorite material. The gold background sheet was cut from glossy metallic cardstock, and there were no issues here. Somehow I don't have footage of weeding out the letters, but here I am inserting the background sheet. This does look pretty cool, but if BTS doesn't win, I'll be really bummed. If you're still here watching, thank you for letting me just indulge for a few minutes on my BTS obsession. Currently, I'm making my way through all of the Run BTS episodes. I've also watched all 4 seasons of Bon Voyage, and I watched their kind of little-known show back when they were like not famous very much, called American Hustle Life. You can find bootleg episodes on dailymotion.com. So if you want to see BTS like before they were really like BTS, that show was absolutely wild. So I hope you guys enjoyed these projects, got some inspiration and ideas for DIYing your own BTS merch, so you don't have to spend all of your money there. You can use the money to buy concert tickets, new albums. I did get the B album, and I also bought their one of their first, I think I got, was it the No More Dream? It was like one of their very first things that they put out. I'm trying to collect things as we go. I've also noticed, you may have seen that I've been drinking BTS coffee. So I feel like all facets of my life are leading to BTS. And you know what, guys? I'm okay with that. Let me know below in the comments, what was your favorite project out of the 5? And is there any future BTS DIYs you'd like to see me do or attempt here at the Sewing Report? Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the Sewing Report. I'm Jen, and remember, make it fun.